Hi, this is Steve from the Dice Cup, and today I'm going to show you how to play a two-player abstract strategy game called Boku. It takes 2 players and takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So this is Boku set up for 2 players. On your turn you're going to place one of your coloured marbles anywhere on the grid you like, and then black will have a go, and then white will have a go, and so on. And the aim of the game is to try and get 5 in a row. So black would try and stop white by going there, and white might try a different path. The 2 rules that make this different to any sort of game like Connect 4 are as follows. If it's black's go and black were to place a marble so that a black captures exactly 2 white pieces in between 2 black ones by placing it, black gets to remove one of those white pieces. It doesn't work if there were 3 there, that wouldn't do anything, and it doesn't work if there's just 1, but if black were to do that, black will get to remove either this piece here or this piece here. Let's say black removes that piece there and it would go back to white's supply. On white's next go, white is not allowed to go where the piece has just been removed from. So white would have to go somewhere else, which now allows black to go there. However, white can then go there and take that piece away, and black can't go there now. So black might go there, white might go there, and white's almost got, on the way to getting 5 in a row. Notice that white is allowed to place it so that white has 2 in between 2 black ones. The only time you can remove it is when black, in this case, places there, then black gets to remove them. You play until someone's got 5 in a row, and things in this game can swing quite fast. The restriction of taking something and them not being allowed to go there is quite big. I've never seen a game of this type where you get all your marbles down without anyone winning. There has always been a winner in the games I've played. So that's Boku, a 2-player abstract strategy game. Takes about 5 minutes, and if that's something you're interested in, come down to the Dice Cup in Nottingham when we open. Have a go for yourself. I've been Steve. Thank you very much for watching. So there you have Boku. It's 2 rules and 2 rules only, but there's lots of strategy behind the game. It's very, very in-depth and very swingy. We're going to be focusing on 2 games in the Mind Sports Olympiad 2018 here in London. We're going to be focusing on 2 games at once. We're going to look at those 2. And each game is a best of 2. So they're going to play 2 games, one as black and one as white, because there is a slight advantage, or quite a big advantage if the skill level is quite close, that black has as a starting player. So if you go first as black, you're probably going to win against someone with the same ability as you. So that's why you have 1 game playing each direction. So your total score is not how many games, not how many matches you won, it's just how many games you've won. So we're going to focus on the leading 2 pairs in the Swiss in the Boku Championship at the moment. And here we have it. So we're going to get some names up on the screen in a sec. We've got David Pearce playing Martin Hõbemägi.
Goodness, these 2 guys are one of the 4 that have got all medals in the last 5 years. If we add Andres Kusk, who is in the other table, and David Pearce, they 4 have shared most of the medals. In fact, Martin is the defending champion. And David is the bronze last year, so it is a very important game between both of them.
And indeed, Andres came second, so Andres is the silver.
Yes.
So you've got the top 3 players from last year here.
Yeah.
I believe the current standings going into this is match 5, and I believe that all 4 players are on 7 points, so they've all won 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then they drew against each other last match, 1 each. So they're all on 7 points, so obviously the people winning this match will take the lead in the event. And it's hard to see. It looks like, given the time bank left, it looks like this must be game 2 for both tables. So we don't quite know who won game 1 in each one. But let's have a look at which is going on. Which table would you like to focus on, Paco?
Yeah.
I believe Andres has just won, I think.
Yes.
I believe black won that game. So, and that's it. That was very quick.
Yeah. Both black players.
Black players won both.
No, in this case, it was white.
You think David Pearce won them?
Yes. I think
Okay,
so.
well that's impressive, though, because obviously Martin Hõbemägi is probably considered by his peers the best Boku player in the room today.
Yeah.
I think he's a 5 in a row specialist, according to some people. Anyway, so obviously there's nothing else to look at the moment until a new match is put in front of us. But the timer on that match was pretty low down, so I imagine it's towards the end of the current match. We've got a few more matches to come. There are some tie-back issues for the medals, but as always, we're looking at the Pentamind as a whole. This is an event, because quite a lot of people enter this event. This is an event that gets quite a lot of points towards the Pentamind. If we can for you, we're going to try and get the Pentamind standings currently, so we can have a look at what's going on at the moment.
At the moment, yes.
We can do that for you.
Even if we have only 1.5 days, we can. Yeah. So we can see Martin up there with James and Lumen, all three with very good 2 scores.
Yeah.
And the third one is not going to work for any of them. So let's see what other players have 2 very good scores. And Ricardo Gomez is there also, even if now he's in the 7th place. And Michael Hornum also, and Ankus. So we have 3 players with only 2 scores, but still with very good winning possibilities. And
James Heppel's the defending champion.
Yes.
He's got 1 massive score in Settlers of Catan.
Yes.
I think there was 50 people. I found out there's about 50 people into that, and he ended up, I don't even think he won. But he's got a very big score. I think he comes 2nd or 3rd from memory. But Martin, obviously we've just seen Martin play Boku. I couldn't quite work out whether he won that last game or not yet.
Do you see how is it possible to score a number higher than 100?
Well, I wasn't here last year, so I don't know quite how that is. But I believe they've changed the formula. I think the formula has changed. Yeah, we can have a look at maybe if we can get a hold of what the formula is now. But it's, I believe it's changed since last year, so it's slightly different. Obviously, if everyone's using the same formula, it shouldn't matter too much. But like I was speaking to a few people, and some people say you need to average 90 to 95 to win the event. So any score over 95 and higher is a great score to have in your repertoire.
But having a score of 104 is amazing.
Very good, yeah. His other two scores aren't great, but obviously I imagine he's going to be here for the whole week, so he's going to have a lot of chance to add to that.
Yeah, definitely is something remarkable.
Yeah. So any other names on there that spring out? We've got a junior on there, and a lady as well, Natasha Regan as the leading lady, and Markus Ikla as the leading junior currently.
Oh yes, that's okay.
I think Martin, I believe you were telling me earlier, Martin Hõbemägi is an existing winning junior. I believe he used to be a junior, so he came here before and won the junior event. I believe.
And he's really impressive. I mean, I think that Martin, when you see the youngsters growing up and leaving junior area, and I think that Martin is one of the juniors that can become overall Pentamind champion.
Yeah, well, he's leading the way by
at this moment. Yes.
Yeah, those two are much further ahead of the rest of them, aren't they?
Highly remarkable. Yes.
What's the winning score then? Do you think, like just short of 500 then?
Well, I don't know with the new formula, because I didn't know that it was possible to score more than 100 points. But with the old formula, just having 480 will be, I mean, absolutely amazing. More than 95 points
per event,
per event means that you have been number one, or tie number one, or maybe number 2 in one. But it's really, really, really difficult.
Have you played in the Boku event yourself?
And no, I don't think so. This is a game that I like very, very much. In fact, 5 in a row, I think that is a very interesting strategy game. Simple, but Boku, for me, it's has a more in-depth strategy, because this possibility not only having 5 in a row but taking out the balls, I mean, I think that this is very interesting in terms of tactics, not only in terms of strategy. That is, I mean, what I will say, the 5 in a row is the most important thing, but in terms of tactics, it's very interesting.
So if someone's looking like they're forcing 5 in a row, and maybe they've taken one of yours out, so you can't go where they've gone. If you can take one of their remaining rows out, so maybe the middle one of the 4 or something, one of the middle one of the 5, you can stop them completing 5 in a row because they can't go there next turn, then you can block it. So that kind of strategy, to be able to kind of destroy what someone's building up by just taking pieces off the board, and in such a way that they can't go there, is great. It was one of the first new age board games I got. I know it's not a new game, but I bought it when I was at university and used to play it all the time at university, this game. And I really liked it, really got the hang of it. I've never played anyone as good as the guys in these videos, but yeah, I'd like to think I'd hold my own if I entered. So these are the current standings in Boku. Martin and Andres have actually already played each other.
So you were right. Martin defeated David Pierce, and I was wrong with the colors.
Yeah, it was just hard to tell, I think. It's hard when someone shakes their hand, you don't know who's conceded. But Martin and Andres have already played each other, so what we expect in the next match is for them to both be at table 1 again, playing some of the people on 7 points. So we've seen Saravanan. He was playing against Andres just there, and David Pierce. I believe Saravanan and David Pierce have played both Martin and Andres already, so we're probably going to see some of the 3 below. Are any of those in?
Yeah, Matthew Heitrill and Luis Victor Hernandez from La Palma. I like him, seeing him up there, and also this morning. And Markus also from Estonia, so
it's an Estonian heavy top 8 or so.
3 out of 7.
Yeah. So Matthew Hathwell we watched him play in the Abalone, did we?
Yes.
Yes, he played in the very last match and lost to the eventual champion.
Yeah.
So obviously Abstract Games is up his cup of tea. Yeah. And Luis Victor Hernandez was also in the Abalone. Standing. So
he lost with David Pierce the last game. So David became bronze because defeating
because he beat Lewis. Okay. So obviously this Abalone and Boku, this is a day for the marbles, people who like marbles in their abstract games. So like last time, this is a Swiss event, so you will generally be playing people on a similar record to you. And you can't play somebody you've already played. So Martin and Andres are going to be fighting out for the gold medal.
Yes.
Unless one of them ends up losing, dropping a game at some point, it looks like they may end up both on 15 points each. I think there's 3 more matches to go. Yeah. And so the highest score anyone can finish is 15. And some of the people below the highest they can get is 13. They can get another 6 points each.
Mm-hmm. So if we have it, we can start watching the next games. So they're waiting for the starting. So this is Martin Hõbemägi.
Yeah. So there is a saying that black, well, not a saying, but like an argument that black is the stronger colour to be. I was speaking to a few of the players earlier, and he says the reason they're playing 2 games is because black has got such a clear edge, going first.
I like very much 5 in a row, and I play with Estonians on the internet, and definitely becoming first in this game is a clear advantage.
So it's good, unlike Abalone, where it seems going first is an advantage, but you only play best of 1. It's nice because the games are so short, you can play best of 2 here.
I fully agree that having the opportunity to play Abalone, both sides starting, it will be.
Is that Luis?
Very good. Yeah, that's Luis playing against Andres.
Okay. So I think we know which game Paco would like to focus on.
No. Don't worry. For sure, I really would like Andres teaching his best to this young man that has been junior Pentamind in the last 2 years. I think he has been 3rd.
Oh, Luis.
Yes. Luis. Junior, yeah. Yeah, Martin has been gold. Well, we don't have it here, but he has.
Taking a photo, are they?
I think that Luis is asking for some kind of a special forgiveness to Andres.
I think Lewis has been here a few years. He must be used to playing the best.
Yes, yeah, playing with the best is wonderful. I mean, independently of the result, it doesn't matter.
So Andres Kuska is actually an overall Pentamind winner as well.
Yeah.
So he won, I believe he's won 2 years in the last, no, he's won 3 years.
Three
of the
one
last
share. So he's, at this moment, he has won the gold Pentamind 4 times, 1 share with Ankus.
Yeah, so 4 out of the last 8. So he's nearly always up thereabouts. He's not on the current leaderboard, but obviously there's a long way to go, and he's going to do very well at this game already because he's played his protege, and they've tied at 1-1. So Matt Hathawell's going to sit down. So we've seen Matt play Abalone earlier, so we're going to wish him the best of luck against Martin. Martin probably going to take some beating today. So we're going to see who's going first. So it looks like Martin's going first as black.
Yeah.
And
I think the black is starting in both games.
Yeah,
I mean, always starting
black always
black.
starts. We're trying to work out who's who, I guess. So Matt started with black, and they're playing very fast to start with. So we're going to focus on which game would you like to focus on first?
I really don't mind. I think that for some time we can see both games and.
So black has an advantage to start with, because what you'll often see in these games is that black kind of connects their things together first. So if you look at the game on the left and the right, white is spending their early part of the game just blocking black. So yeah.
I think that I hope that Luis Victor is going to fight strongly, but I guess that we can concentrate in the game number 2 that is going to finish earlier.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry for him.
That's fine. So obviously, whenever someone gets 3 in a row, so this is
game over. Yeah.
It's game over already, isn't it? So Luis has to go in the blocking spot.
Yeah.
And then.
So we can move to.
Do you want to explain to people why it's over?
Yeah, this is game over because now there are. Sorry, this is.
It will be in 2 turns.
White has to play there, and then black two white marbles in the middle. So he takes out 1, and then he cannot put again the white marble in to avoid the 5 in a row. So black is fulfilling the 5 in a row.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that was. We both realised very quickly that was over. So unlucky,
Okay,
Luis.
so I think that we can move to table number 1. That it will be more exciting. I'm sorry for my pupil, but. Fighting with Hõbemägi and Kusk is really, really difficult.
Yeah, but I suppose in this time Luis has got Luis is going second, so apologies, Luis is going first. So at least Luis has got, potentially he's got the edge.
Yeah, but
okay, so having a look at
let's
game
move
1.
to the game 1, please.
Yeah. Okay. So I believe it's still game 1, and I think it is Matt with black, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So getting these 3 in a row, so I always like to, when I was playing, get 3 in a row, because if your opponent takes a piece elsewhere on the board and you want to keep that spot, you can't get those straight away. But what you can do is play at the end of your 3 in a row to make 4 in a row.
Yeah.
They have to block you, and then you can go back to the spot they took off you.
So white is in a bad shape now because black is threatening to have 4 in a row in 2 different places. So it looks like white is thinking he's lost. So. What is happening if black makes 4 in a row in the straight line?
White just puts one down the end.
Sorry?
Well, the one going vertically.
Yeah, vertically, yes.
Yeah, well, white would put one at the end,
Uh-huh.
and then black can't
And
take
then-
anything
okay.
yet.
Okay. Yeah.
But white would have to go. White would have to stop. White would have to stop these being taken by putting one here, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, it's better to.
So I think
To-
black. I think
to-
black needs to play adjacent. I think black needs to play something like
Yes.
there. White
Like
can't.
there, yeah.
White
and-
can't block it. White can't block it, otherwise they get taken. So I think black needs to. So this is hard to describe to the
Yes,
audience.
yeah.
But white has got 3 on the left going straight up. If black places one to the left of those 3, leaving a 1 space gap,
Yes.
it's hard. It's white's got to kind of struggle to stop them completing it. And like all events, especially the abstract events, there is a chess clock with 2 10-minute timers. You've got 10 minutes to complete 2 games. If you haven't completed a game by the time your timer runs out, you concede that game. So white has to block this, otherwise
Yes.
black wins. By blocking it, I mean make it 3, because
Yeah.
remember you can...
4.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good move. So now when you capture this,
Then you put on the other side.
yeah,
Yeah, and this is
And
game
then you're
over.
in.
Yeah, Martin won.
yeah, well done.
Also, when you have 2 threats on the same move, then it is impossible for your opponent to defend both. So it
Yeah.
is in this game, this kind of games, it is very important to have always 2 alternative threats. Oh,
Okay, so we're going to swing back
Yeah.
to we're going to
back to
game 2.
yeah. Okay. Let's see how Luis is doing with Andres Kusk.
So this time Louise is black.
Yeah, so maybe more difficult for
So there's a chance at a victory here.
yeah.
Oh no, not
because
quite. So Andres has blocked the capture,
the capture, yes.
but otherwise there would have been 5 in a row. But
Yeah,
it's not quite, because Andres also has a capture himself.
No, but black can threat 5, and if he puts in the middle, then he takes. And
No, but black's going to have black's,
this
there's a white by itself, and that is threatening 2 different captures. So that will stop any 5 in a row black's going to try and make.
Uh-huh.
So if that white wasn't there, you'd be in a much better shape with black. So the white by itself.
Maybe having 3 black in a row going down, then the other threat is working.
Yeah, I think that's a bit better, but I think your man had to block this 3 white in a row because this was takeable.
Uh-huh. So 4 here, then you put here, and then
Capture,
takes the
yeah.
other
So,
one. Yeah.
so
No, but if you put 3 here, then this is not working because there are 3.
true, yeah, it's true.
So
Your protege wasn't.
in fact, you can play this taking this out.
Yeah. So there is a capture available for black. The 2 whites in the middle going vertically from us.
Yeah.
It is a bit difficult to commentate on some of this because I mean, we're pointing at a screen and you can't see us pointing at the screen, so apologies for that. But basically, if the pieces, if the circular holes were numbered or some way, some sort of grid, like a chessboard.
Yeah. Looks like that the board number 1 has finished. I have seen the clock being removed, so
Okay.
for sure table number 1 has finished. We don't know the result.
Who was black in that second game? Well, it was Martin was black the second game, so I imagine he won. He held his advantage.
Too fast.
I imagine so, yeah. So should Martin have won, he would have gone to 11 points, and with 2 more rounds left, that would put him still on track for 15. We're assuming he won. We didn't see what happened, but we'll hopefully try and get a leaderboard for you going into the next match.
Okay, so we concentrate on game number 2 this way. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I think your lad's just lost now. Because he's got 4 in a row. Your lad has to capture the end piece of it, and then Andres just puts another 4 in a row out. So I think that is game.
Yeah.
I think it's very important when someone gets 3 in a row, not to just block one end of it.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to do that, otherwise you're in trouble. I think if you can see the left, Luis has only got one option at the moment, otherwise Andres wins.
Yes.
He has to take the one to the left of the 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And then Andres will
then
just
Andres play in the other place.
Yeah, on the other side.
And then when Luis filling the 5th in a row, then this will be taken out.
Yeah, so he's going to do that.
Yeah, he's doing that, then just the other, and then...
And that is, again, that is 2-0.
Okay.
So, yeah, Andres, well played, Andres.
Yeah.
So I think Luis lost both games the same way. There was 3 in a row that he threatened the catcher, and Andres just carried on playing to 4 in a row, 4 in a row. And even if you capture one, as long as Andres has got space either side.
Yeah.
So I generally think it is a good, just blocking the end of someone's row, especially when they got to 3, is probably the best solution.
Yeah. So normally the first 2 boards have finished really fast, so we don't expect that this is going to happen in the rest of the boards.
No,
so
I don't
we'll
think so.
have to wait some time.
Well, Boku is such a quick game. I mean, you can sit down and play 10 games in an hour, I think.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's great. It's so simple as well. Just such a nice
maybe just 5 minutes and just that enough for playing.
So in terms of abstract games and games in general, what do you think it can offer people who don't do it as regularly as we do?
Well, there are many things, many completely different things that strategy games can offer. But for sure, they will help. I mean, I'm thinking in learning right when you're, kid or junior. But it also applies to anybody with any age. Even we are using strategy games to help elders. More than 70, 75, to keep the mind fresh and somehow to avoid the reach of neurological diseases. So
just thinking, really, just having something to do with your mind, I guess, is really good.
Yeah, and but for kids, just learning for the rest of their lives, I think that concentration is something important to value the opponent. For me, it's very, very important 2 things. One is to learn how important is the opponent and his way of playing, thinking, acting, etc., for you to improve. And second thing is to accept defeat. To accept defeat as a way of learning.
Learning to lose,
yes,
and not being upset about it is, and games make that great.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to do. No one goes into something wanting to lose, but there's a lot of these games there has to be a lose, and it's not necessarily about whether you win or lose. It's about improving on yourself. Why did I lose? Why did I win? Can I do better next time?
Yeah. Asking yourself why.
Yeah.
I think that this is the key. Why did I lose? It was because my opponent did something great, unexpected. It was because I was weak, physically weak, mentally weak. Sometimes you start a game with a so strong player that you start the game thinking I am lost.
Yeah.
Even not playing the first move, And so there are many things that you can analyze why you have lost a game.
I think you were speaking to some of the people in the interview, and the man, I've forgotten the man's name now, the Italian gentleman.
Dario.
Dario. He said never give up. That was one
Yeah.
of his strategies, is just never give up. You know, in a hopeless situation, never give up. You might be able to get out of it. They might make a mistake. They might let you off the hook. Something might come to you, think, oh, actually, I could do that. So you'll see the best players, the players that kind of, you know, at the top of these lists, they never give up, do they?
Yeah, we have here many players with strong determination and that they never give up. And I think that Ankus Kandewal is the best of all of them. I mean, Ankus will never say, I am lost.
Yeah, I know.
He's fighting up to the end.
I play bridge with him. He's my bridge partner for Nottinghamshire. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
I really love this man and his will, his determination, and his fighting spirit. And
you did an interview with him, didn't you? So
Yes,
if you want to hear more about the man, the legend, he will be along later. I'm sure he's gonna, you know, his head's gonna get bigger listening to all this praise for him. But yeah, so you know, there's some great things that games can give to people. I'm sure there are.
For example, we have gone through Catan yesterday, and Catan learns you how to negotiate. I mean, many times we think in games like winners, losers, and nothing in the middle. I mean, either you are a winner or you are a loser. I mean, when we train people to accept losing as a way of learning, I mean, as a process of improving yourself, perfect. But in this game, sometimes there is not a winner and a loser. I mean, there is some kind of trade of interest. I give you this, if you give me that, and then both are winners. So this strategy of win-win, not win-lose.
Yeah.
Win-win is important. So this is also applicable for life.
Yeah.
I mean, because in life many times we think, okay, there is only win-lose. I only trade with you if I take more than you take.
Yeah.
But this game is teaching us win-win is a good strategy.
Catan's a great game. It is the first. So obviously, the World Motorsports Olympiad has several different types of game here. Some of them are called Euro games. Catan is one of those, and Catan is probably the first modern Euro game. There were a few games coming out of Germany at the time, but Catan kind of became worldwide famous. It was 1995. It won Game of the Year, and it kind of everyone who played it think, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Why have we been playing Monopoly all this time?" The trading part of Monopoly is fine, but Monopoly itself is just, you know, it's flawed. It's just you rolling and moving. There's not much you can do about the rolling, you know, about which space you're going to land on. You just happen to land on the hotel or whatever. Yeah. But Catan is great. Catan is so good. It kind of influenced a whole genre of board games, you know, where you don't necessarily know who's won until right near the end. There are secret points or secret goals, things like that. Yeah. And where you're not directly picking on other people. That's quite nice. You're trying to do your own thing as best you can. There might be negotiation, there might be not. So if you like Catan and you like some Euro games, we've just been showing a few abstract games today, but we've got Dominion coming up later. Dominion is a deck builder. It's the first big deck builder there was, and that is a Euro game. We've got Seven Wonders. We've had Catan already.
Ticket to Ride.
We've got Carcassonne. We've got Terra Mystica. They've just played the Voyages of Marco Polo, and 10 years ago, 10 years ago, these games just wasn't enough for them out there. Ticket to Ride was there, Catan was there, and Carcassonne. But they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you have a chance to play some of these, if you like Carcassonne, you haven't tried Settlers of Catan, do it. It's great.
Yeah, sure. It's beautiful. Most of them.
Sorry?
All of them are beautiful.
Yeah, very good. That's my sort of game. I like my abstract games, but my Euro games are there for me. You know, the games that last 2 hours long or so.
I'm not king in Euro games, and it is suffering for me, but I mean, I am more expert in abstract games and so on, but I fully understand that Euro games are beautiful and fun to play with friends, fun also for competing. I mean, because I think that there are two sides on the games that are interesting. Just playing for fun with family, with friends, and then winning or losing is not important. I mean, the most important thing is the flow energy, and everybody is happy doing what they are doing. And if you win, it's good. But if another one is winning, it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe we are betting beer or things like that. But I mean, it doesn't matter. But the other side is when you are in a high-level competition, and then all these things that I have already told when you play with the family and with the friends have forgotten. And then killing the opponent, I mean, killing the opponent is the right thing, because everybody knows that everybody is going to say the same, to do the same, sorry. And
Yeah, for you to do well, someone's got to do badly.
yeah, so having the opportunity to beat your opponent doing a super sharp play is perfect. I mean, there is no problem. Why? You have done the right thing. So this is completely different than playing with family.
Agreed. So we're going to swing back in a bit. I imagine it's close to the time when a new round's been called. That room's quite hot. I think it will be the seventh round, with the seventh and eighth rounds to go. I imagine we're going to see Andres and Martin again.
For sure.
They'll be on the same table. They'll be the top two.
In the top two, yes.
But the question is, can anyone beat them? Obviously, if one of them drops a point, then the other one will probably win the event and get the gold medal. But they've generally played the better people. It's got to the point now where all the good players have probably risen to the top and they've started to play each other. So I don't know how many other good players there are to challenge those two Estonians. Yeah,
let's see. We have seen, Alain Decker. Maybe Alain Decker, Martin Hammer, and Ankus is the... I mean,
Martin Harper and Ankush isn't playing in this event.
No, he's not playing.
He played in Texas Hold'em and he got knocked out quite early, I'm afraid.
David Pearce, we can say David Pearce.
We've
Martin
seen David
Hammer,
Pearce, I think, haven't we?
Alain Decker is the only three.
Yeah, so if any of those in there, they've won medals at this before, so they have the the skill set to beat people like that. And if the skill level's even, generally what happens is you get these 1-all draws. So you get the draws where you win as black and then you lose as white. So we'll have a look to see if anyone can change the 2-0 wins that the Estonians keep getting.
Yeah, I think that anyone being able to have at least 1-1 against the Estonians
will do very well.
They will improve the standings.
And they'll also decide the winner of the event, I think, as well.
For sure.
At the moment, it's going to go down to tie breaks. The first tie break is they might even have to do a playoff, but it's head-to-head record with one of the tie breaks. If they do a playoff, they might just draw 1-all again. And then it's a Sonnenborg Bergen method. Could you just talk about it a bit more? Because this happens a few times, isn't it? In a few events. Sonneborn Bergen, I believe it's called.
This tie-breaking system is used in most of the games like chess, or one of the alternatives of the chess tie-breaking, and it says that your strength in the tournament depends on the strength of the players that you have played with. If you have played with players with so good results that the add of those results is better than the players that you are tied with, that means that you have a stronger tournament throughout, because you have played with players up there in the classification. If you have played with players that in the end they got only 2 or 3 points, etc., because you started very poorly, for example, if you lose your first 2 games, and then you start winning 5 games in a row, the first game you are playing with a player that has no point, then 1 point, then 2 points. In the meantime, the players who have won 5 in a row and then loses the last 2, they have been playing with players with 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, and then 5 and 5 at least. So there is no way that you can say that starting with poor results can be equalized with starting with strong results and then losing the last 1 or 2 games.
So we have the standings now with 2 rounds to go. We've got Martin and Andres up top, still on 11 points. They've played each other, remember. They tied 1-1. We've got Markus Ikla. Now Markus, I don't know if he's played either of the other two. I'm not sure he has. David Pearce has. David Pearce has played both Martin and Andres. Oh no, he hasn't, has he?
I
don't think
David Pearce. I don't know.
He can't have played both, otherwise he'd be on fewer points.
I think
I
think that we are going to see these 4 players playing together, and then we have a very interesting 4 Korean players, 2 from Canary Islands, and then Nick Folks and Saravan.
So Saravanan was a former junior Pentamind medalist, I believe. And Juno Choi, I believe, was in the Abalone standings at some point as well, was doing well in that.
So all the players with 7 points are junior.
Are they really?
All the players.
That's Matt, is he? Matt?
Matthew Hattrell, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But the rest of them, that's amazing.
The rest is amazing,
That's amazing. What constitutes a junior in the Mind Sports Olympiad? How old do you have to be?
I think 16 is
so 16 and younger.
Under 18.
Under 18.
Under 18. Sorry.
We're back. Okay, we're going to get some names in a sec. But we can see. I imagine it's Andres and Martin at the bottom. We will see how they're doing. We're going to focus on game 2 at the moment because game 2 looks more measured.
Another Victor from Canary Islands is playing against Martin. And Markus, another junior. So both players with 9 points have already played with 2 Estonians.
No, Markus is on 9.
Markus.
Yeah, but I think David Pearce has probably played them both,
David
I
Pearce.
think.
Okay.
Otherwise you'll be doing it there. So we're looking at, so this time, this is Martin. This one's Martin sat here, yeah. So Martin's played 3 in a row, and I think I'm of the impression that you should be blocking one end of this. Well, you have to block one end of this, otherwise you'll lose.
This is table 2?
This is table 2, yeah.
Yeah, with Andres Kus in the
No, this is Martin at table. We moved to table 2, yeah. I mean, they're tied at first and second, aren't they? So this is Victor and Martin.
Okay,
so Victor
yes.
is someone you know quite well from the Canary Islands.
Victor is?
Victor is someone you know from the Canary Islands.
Oh yes. He's also junior.
Yeah. Have you played Boku against him?
Not Boku.
Well, yeah, some other games then.
Yeah, this year I haven't been training them. Last year, yes, and I think that Boku was not one of the games that we trained to come to the Olympiad.
He's making Martin think. So remember, one thing Martin could do, that was an option I was thinking of. Putting that in there forces Victor to stop the capture at the top left. Otherwise, Martin is threatening 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Both of Martin's 3 in a rows on the right-hand side are blocked both ends. So I think Victor, if he's just, again, as white, you seem to be defending a lot. So as white, you should just be looking to,
to put the third white marble on the top left.
I think so, yeah. And then at some point, hopefully, start to threaten things yourself. But it seems like Black's got an advantage at the start. He doesn't have to do it this term. He doesn't. He can try and maybe. He's chosen to do it.
Yeah, he did it. Now.
So Victor could just undo that move because he can just capture it if he wanted to.
Yeah.
If he wanted to do that. I mean, Martin is threatening a capture down that way.
Yeah.
So Victor.
So no real threat at this moment.
Not at the moment, no. But Victor's not really threatening anything himself. Towards the top, there's two white marbles, one space apart. He could try and
yes, too far away from the rest. Yes.
Yeah. Well, he could try and put one in between. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He'd try to do that, and then he's now starting to kind of push down that direction. Oh no, he's just lost. I think. Oh, I missed that. Has he just lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that 5 in a row, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Yeah. Game over.
Yeah, that is game over. So in the rules of Boku, Victor's just been captured. He's looking to see if there's anything he can do, anything he can take in the 5 in a row that Martin's threatening. But the one place Victor can't go is the one place he desperately wants to go, and that's that gap. We're going to go back to table
Andres.
1 in just a sec. Look at Andres. And we can just see in the background there that Victor lost there. It's a move we missed in the commentary box.
Yeah,
So.
looks like that this is the second game. 3-5, 3-6. So it looks like Andres is white.
He's got a white marble in his hand. It could just be. It could still be the first game. It could just be a very long first game. But I mean, it doesn't look like that difficult a
4
decision.
and 3. Yeah. 7 minutes. Yes, maybe this is the first game.
So Andres is in a bad position here because Markus is 1 off 4 in a row, so he had to block the 4 in a row. But Markus can capture this.
Oh, and a black on the border. Yes, threatening 5 in a row.
No, I think you capture it now and then put 4 in a row down.
Really? And it is not better to have.
Yeah, but then Andres just stops the capture by placing a third one.
No, but then you take.
No, you don't, because Andres blocks
these
it.
2. I mean.
Which? Oh, those 2, yeah. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. So you think Markus should have threatened 5 in a row?
Yeah,
okay.
5 in a row directly, and then
and
this is the threat.
2 either way, yeah.
He can take the key marble both ways.
I think this might be game 1. I think Andres might have been thinking a long time about that decision because I think he was actually in a bit of trouble.
I think that he thought that he was lost.
Yeah,
he has tried this just in case. 4. Yes.
So he blocks it.
So blocks again.
Earlier on I said it's nice to have 3 in a row because you've always got the opportunity. So Markus captured the white one that Andres wanted to keep there.
Yeah. So now again the same strategy because 4 in a row and then.
I think there's the diagonal one here. You just put one on the end of that. You put one here.
Oh yes.
So the black marble nearest to Andres' hand. If Markus just played a 4th one in that direction.
Now black has won.
No, there is a capture.
Right. Yeah,
there is a capture.
Yeah.
So maybe not. It's not definite, but black's got a big advantage here.
I don't understand.
Maybe he's protecting the capture.
Yeah, protecting the capture and then trying 4 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. And if he doesn't, so if Andres doesn't block the 4 in a row diagonally, Markus can do that. And
should block this way because then the other way is no problem.
But if Andres blocks this way, then Markus just captures and makes 5 in a row the other way.
Captures, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Markus has won if he plays his cards right. I think Andres has to block the 3 in a row, either side. And now Markus can just capture the white that's blocking his 5 in a row on the board.
Yeah.
And I think that is game.
And then it's game over, yes. Yes, blocking these 2 white marbles in the middle, avoiding him to make 5 in a row.
Yeah, so if he sees it, he's won, I think. I don't think there is a capture there.
Yeah, there's no
Not in
no
not
culture back. Yes.
Oh, well, okay.
Well.
Maybe save the turn.
Oh.
He's just being cheeky,
Yeah.
was he? Just being cheeky. I think that's game.
Yeah. Okay. This is.
Okay, so that is.
So Andres has lost one game.
So we're going to stick with this match. Obviously, we think
Yeah.
Martin's probably doing very well
Yeah.
in the other match. We can't see. Oh, well,
And-
there's
and
there's an empty seat behind them.
Yeah.
So the other match is done now.
Yes, for sure.
So
2-0.
yeah. So Andres has dropped a point, so he might not win the gold medal. He's still doing very well. It'll still be tough to beat, and he's now black. Well done, Markus. How old
Yeah, very, very good.
Where is Markus from? Do we
Yeah,
know?
from Estonia.
From Estonia.
He's a junior from Estonia.
Oh wow, this is amazing. The Estonians
Yeah.
are so good at this
Yeah,
particular event,
they're-
aren't they?
Amazing.
So if Markus blocks the capture, I think Andres fills the gap and gets like 3 in a row, 2 different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And well, I think Markus has to block the capture because otherwise Andres can just get 4. Yeah, I think it's game now.
It's game over. Okay, 1-1.
Yeah, he's put his head down. He knows.
He
That
knows.
was very quick. Yeah,
It was so clear. Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a quick. You can see how quick games of Boku go.
Yeah.
That was very quick. That was like a minute maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had to stop the capture there.
Yeah. I think that we have to applaud Markus because fighting with Martin and Andres in the first 2 tables must be really tough.
Well, he hasn't. I don't think he's played Martin yet. Has he played Martin? Is Markus? He might have done. We didn't see. We've not seen it on camera. So maybe Martin will be back at the feature table playing.
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
Playing Markus, playing Martin, and Andres is still there. He's dropped a point though.
Yeah.
He's dropped a point. So in the standings, which hopefully we'll get before the next round, we can't get them yet because the round is still being played. There's about 8 minutes left on the round. So as soon as all the games are finished, they'll draw the next round. We'll get the standings for you as soon as we can. But yeah, well done. The Estonians have brought a big team of people this year, haven't they?
Yeah, Estonians are amazing. I mean, any kind of range. I mean, juniors, women, seniors. Well, at this moment they only have juniors, but they don't have aged more than 60 or more than 55 and so on. But I'm sure that they will be amazing. Any age, any sex, anything.
Yeah, it's great.
They're wonderful.
It's great. Just walking around, just seeing the different nationalities here.
Yeah.
I've seen the Koreans and some Chinese people, some Spanish people, obviously yourself. There's some French. The French did very well at Abalone.
This morning.
Estonians,
French team.
Italians as well. We've had an interview with Giorgio. It's great to see different people there. It's great to obviously there's some British people, some local people as well. And different events will attract a different sort of thing. You can see that Boku's clearly dominated by the Estonians.
Yeah.
Boku, so Abalone was clearly dominated by the French generally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and the Euro Games, there's some people of different languages playing there. I was looking at Marco Polo, and there's a Frenchman totting up his points and leading the day, I think.
Yeah, I think that there are important things regarding the teams, the national teams. For example, I see the Estonians working together, and that is very important. I mean, I have seen it with the kids from Canary Islands because they have been trained all together, and they have been having the expertise of coming here all together, etc. So they are improving all together as a team. But when I see, for example, the team from France this morning playing Avalon, they felt like a team working together. They felt a common will of defending France. And for sure, these guys from Estonia are so proud to defend Estonian flag.
Yeah.
So it is something very interesting when you have an international event like this, that not only singular egos are fighting each other, but also defending your country, your home country.
Yeah, it's very good. No, that's great. Yeah, I wish I'd kind of come to one of these earlier than I have done. It's my first year here. I'm very impressed with it. I think I'd have happily, if I wasn't commentating, but I was here, I'd have actually played in the Boku one. I think I wouldn't have come last, hopefully. I spotted a couple of things there, so. But yeah, I think it's a great event. I think if you've got a free day and you're looking at it and you live near London, just pop down and have a look. We accept guests. You don't need a pass to come in.
Absolutely. In this event, there is something very special, that we have a teaching room, and it is normally full of good players, being very happy to help people to learn new games and to master them. I mean, if they're keen enough and they play to improve their skills, they can come here and share the time with the players. In the meantime, like now, in the meantime of playing one game to another, many players are available to talk to ask questions. They are very friendly to comment.
Everyone's super friendly. So basically, as I'm not to the level of the players here, but I'm going around asking people for little tips and strategy guides and what's good in this, So what's the generally overall strategy at Abalone, and people are giving me just help,
inputs.
Just great, and it's not like the competitions. They're all really competitive, but not in a way that's aggressive to everyone else.
Yeah, and on top of that, as this is an event of more than 50 different games, helping others in a game that you are keen, or you are an expert, there is no problem. Because this is not a chess tournament with all the grandmasters number top 10 in the world, etc. They don't share their techniques and how to beat the others, because then they lose the potential being learned through many hours of learning, etc. But here, everybody is willing to share things, especially with juniors and with people from outside. Newcomers are welcome to come to the teaching room, and most, I wouldn't say all, but most of the key players fighting for the Pentamind will be available for people just coming and asking them, oh, how did you reach this?
Yeah, it's great. We've just been told we can look at the results going with one match to go. So we can see that, Andres did drop a point and Martin did go 2-0. So it's Martin's to lose. If you can get 2-0 last match, the gold is his. And Andres, we tied with Markus. If Andres loses 2-0 and Markus wins 2-0, there is a chance that Markus could pip him for a medal, a silver medal here. But it looks like it's first and second for Martin and Andres, probably. Markus and David still up there. We think David's played both the top two, but we're not sure Markus has played Martin yet, so we'll see what happens there.
And then 4 Koreans.
4 Koreans behind Matt again. It's been a few more draws, so there we go. So who can still make a medal then? So it's Martin and Andres. Markus and David can definitely potentially get a bronze, and if they don't do very well, Matt
just defending one of the 2 points.
They're just interesting one. So basically, if you're trying to make sure you get the point as black, and you put yourself in a medal spot there. But if one of Markus or David doesn't win 2-0, the other one will get a medal there.
Absolutely.
But this is great. As you can see, Boku you're playing so many games. You get to play 16 games over the course of the event.
That is fun.
It's very, very fun. And you can see the game's really quick. And if you're not careful, you can lose very quickly. But if you're not careful, if the opponent's not careful, you can win very quickly. It's very good. So we're going to go back to the tables in a sec when people are sat down. Martin and Andres are going to be our feature table once more.
Sure.
And we're going to see who they're playing. We think possibly Markus will stay there.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I don't know.
Korean
This is a
is playing against Martin. Let's see who is he.
Oh, so Markus must have played Martin already then. So that's a good chance. Markus and David, if they could be playing each other for the bronze medal, I guess.
Okay.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but they're not going to be here.
They're not going to be here, no,
Yeah.
I'm afraid, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Andres is... You can see how long he was thinking. He realised he was going to lose that last match. When we came over and we thought this must be game 2 because of the timers, and he just sat there with a marble. He must have been thinking for quite a while. But he knew he was going to lose, but he thought for so long, I guess. Oh, we've got 2 Koreans, is it?
2 Koreans. Okay. Good.
We'll see in a sec. We're not going to start just yet. We're going to probably wait for the other 2 to sit down. This is going into the last round. Martin is looking incredibly comfortable, isn't he?
Yes.
Incredibly confident.
He looks like very relaxed. He knows that just winning black will be enough for him.
Yeah, to win the event,
Even,
I think. Yeah.
even for the tie break,
Yeah.
he will have a better score than...
Yeah, although people care about the medals in these events, I think definitely in Martin and Andres' situation, they care about the Pentamind more.
Yeah.
Martin has never medalled in the Pentamind before, but he's done the junior version of it, but not the main event. Whereas Andres has done so well over the last 8 years or so.
But I do agree that Martin is capable to fight for the Pentamind.
It looks
Absolutely.
He looks like he's getting better and better, I think. It's David Pearce.
David.
Oh, well done. So if David... Oh, so there's a good chance that...
This is tough. I mean, he wins 2-0. He can be tied with
he can
Andres.
get second, yeah, and he might win
maybe
on the tie-break being the head-to-head,
Yeah.
potentially. But there's also Markus as well.
Yeah.
So we want to see Markus' results. So what are they doing?
Well, if Markus win 2-0, he can also tie
for
Andres in the case of Andres losing 2-0.
Andres hasn't lost with black all day though, so I imagine he didn't even lose with black against Martin. So
No.
I imagine
I think that neither Martin nor Andres are going to lose 2-0.
Yeah.
So
David's just got to try.
It will be tough.
David's got to try and get a point
yeah.
and hope that
Yeah.
Markus stumbles a bit.
Yes. Any of both Choi or David winning black or winning one of the 2 games will nearly assure them.
Yeah, I think so.
But the tie breaks, 10, 9, 2 players with 9 points. So it's not clear.
David's
not
on
clear.
10. David's on 10 currently. It's 13, 12 and 2 10s.
2 10s. So 1 more point will be 11 and 2 players with 9.
Yeah.
So they can tie.
They can tie. It depends if Markus wins 2-0 or not. Okay, so we're going to focus. We're probably going to focus on David's and Andres' game because that's actually got 2 people fighting for medals.
Yeah, and both of them. David Pearce is an absolute legend of the Pentamind, winning two times the Pentamind, and also he is the number 1 player in the history, winning I think that 157 medals. Yes.
Yeah, here we are. Here's Paco's incredible notes. 157 medals, which is 56 more than anyone else. More than that, but 56 more than the next person is Alain Decker, who's 101.
Yeah, and Alain Decker and James Heppel are in 101 and 100. Yes. So. Yeah.
So. Here we go. So it's white to play. I missed who's who actually. It looks like it's David's thinking, so David's white. So this is the one David needs to win 2-0, because this is the one where Andres is black.
David is white, yes.
Yeah, Andres is black, so this is where Andres has the advantage. I imagine he stops the capture here, but we'll see. Because not only is he stopping a capture, he's getting 3 in a row. Oh, there's 2 captures, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to stop one of them, surely. Or not.
Well, maybe he prefers to see what is going on with any capture. It's like a waiting move.
I mean, David can get 2 captures here.
Yes.
If he takes
So
the capture on,
depending on the capture of David.
yeah, takes capture on
he
the right
takes,
first.
yeah. Now he can do 3 in a row and avoid the second capture.
Or he can capture himself.
Yeah.
I think I'd go for 3 in a row, to be honest. Okay, he's a different class.
yeah.
Different class to me.
No,
The problem
yes.
is Andres can't put a black one in the middle there because
Yeah.
it can be captured.
He's threatening putting the 5th. Yeah. Okay. So then.
It's not as easy because both have a capture on the same
Yeah.
row. Andres can capture the white one just placed, but David can capture 2 blacks to the left.
But then, anyway, taking the white marble in the middle of the 4 looks like interesting because it is going to force
I think
David.
David. I think
Yeah.
David now captures. I think David now captures
Yeah.
on the left.
But then
The other possibility David could do, he could play a white marble right at the top, above the 2 black ones. So if David played one right at the top, above the 2 black ones, he's stopping one end of the 4. Andres can't fill in the 4 because there's a capture there. And if Andres places one at the end, then you can block the 4 or the 5 and take one back yourself.
yeah, but
It'd be nice if we had like a.
I don't know why, but I like black.
You like black? Okay.
Yes,
Well, I wouldn't be disappointed to be white in this situation. So I think you need to do that thing. You either need to threaten 5 or you need to block one end of the 3.
Yeah. Block.
I would block the near end
Yeah.
of the. I would block the near end of the 3 because the far end of the 3 is hard to block. But you've still got a capture. You've got to block an end. I think. Oh no, he's threatened 5. That's fine. So there's a capture now.
So
I think he's in trouble, is Andres. I think he has to block one end of this 3 white.
and
The near end, yeah.
5 and these 2. I mean, there is another
So
threat here with 4 in the bottom. Now this is a double threat.
yeah, there is a capture. Bear in mind, there is a capture
Yeah.
still. I think. Okay, that's probably the safest
then
thing.
it is
I think
that is safer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think David captures. Sorry, I think Andres captures now. I think Andres places 3 in a row and captures to the right hand
Yeah,
side.
and this is 3 and
It's a good game. It's a good thing we picked this game first, eh? It's pretty good.
Yes. This is absolutely difficult for both sides. Looks like that any player starting have good choices, but
Yeah. There's a lot of captures here. I mean, White's got 3 different captures they can make, and Black's got 2 at this point in time.
yes. No, Black has 3 also. Yes, 1, 2, 3. So
Yeah, Black has 3 and White has 2.
White has
2
yes.
captures, yeah. So it's not always right to capture. If you just go around capturing things, they can win quickly. We've seen how quickly people can win today.
Yeah, they're going slower than Martin and the Korean.
Much slower,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're playing really fast, Martin and the Korean.
Okay, so now David is potentially threatening 4 in a row, but there's a lot of captures there. This is why the game can really swing. You've got to think very difficult. I can take that, then he can take that, and he can't go there. There's a lot to think about in this particular case. The 4 in a row that David is threatening.
Yeah. So only
all 4 of them would be able to be captured if he did it. So.
And capturing these 2 and just this in the middle.
Yeah, you could do that.
Then 4 here.
That's I think that's the correct. That's the correct move.
The only defense. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the correct move. So I think I'm backing White at this point. I think White's in a better position. I think White can go. I don't know. I think White goes here. So there's
but it's Black turns.
Is it?
So yeah. So I think it's Black. Making 3 in a row, maybe.
Yeah, I think he needs to start doing something.
Yeah.
He needs to start putting the pressure on. He could take something. He's got lots of things he can take.
Yeah.
Well, we are nearly halfway through the 10-minute timer. We can see table 1 at the left-hand side. Our excellent cameramen have given us access to both, so we can keep an eye on table 1. So the state of play on table 1 at the moment, it's
7-3, and here is 6-4.
But yeah, we're exactly 10 minutes through our 20-minute timer now. So the last time Andres thought for this long, he ended up losing the game against Markus last round. I actually think that David is favoured here.
Yeah.
Personally, what do you think, Paco?
I think that when Andres thinks so much, it's not good for him. He feels that he's behind or that he's in a bad shape or whatever. But
so on table one, I think I believe Black's going to win. I believe Martin's going to win. He's threatening 4 in a row here.
Yeah.
So we're looking at table 1 again. He's threatening 4 in a row here, and if his opponent blocks that, he's threatening 5 in a row down the middle of the board, and he can capture.
Yeah, can capture that.
So I think he's in a big
trouble. So Martin looks like
it's not a guaranteed win yet.
Yeah,
but it's looking pretty good.
Close to gold.
So where did Oh, he went to
David is thinking.
Yeah, so Andres went top left.
Up left. Yeah, top left.
Top left. Alright, so he's either got to capture or block this. There's 5 in a row here. He's got 3 captures he can make or a block. The block's probably not the correct move. He should probably capture here. Because if he blocks, he just gets taken back straight away. So he's blocking.
Yeah.
Which means that David can capture that, and he's in the same position with David having 1 more marble on the board.
Oh yes, but if white takes these 2 black to be 5 in a row, then black will take this.
Black's got lots of captures here.
Then he's going to lose because if we take this. No.
It's Black's turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
Black's turn.
Black's got 3 different things he can capture, so he's not in trouble. He's in trouble, but he's not.
Yeah, but black can take this and taking out this, and then next one will take the. I mean.
Yeah, but white's got 2 captures on the black's row as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there's captures everywhere at the moment. It's very hard to see.
2 captures.
Yeah, there's a capture here. So basically, you're thinking this 5 in a row here.
Yeah, I was thinking taking out this.
Okay, then there's still 1 capture. There's 1 capture. Ah,
yes, sorry. I didn't see it. Yes.
Yeah, there's captures all over the place. Neither of them been taken.
So table 1, 5 in a row is really close.
Yeah, it is. I've forgotten this man's name. Did we get told his name?
Yeah, Choi.
So Choi, it's Choi's go, so he can block it and he can't get taken.
Yeah.
But then there's 4 in a row.
Anyway, there are 5 in a row in one way or.
Yeah, well, he blocks it and then he plays 4 in a row there.
4 in a row and then game over. Yeah.
With 22 seconds left, it seems like. There we go. So it looks like Martin has won. They haven't shaken hands. Was that game 1?
Not possible. 19 seconds for the second game.
Are they going to play another one?
Yeah. No, it's finished.
Yeah, it's finished. Okay.
So 2-0.
We think it was 2-0.
Yeah.
We think it was 2-0. So we're looking here. Andres has got 2 minutes left. This is still game 1.
Knowing that it is 2-0. Yeah. So now he needs only one game to become second.
Yeah. So Martin, we believe, has gone 15 out of 16. He's actually just entered the room now, so hopefully we'll get a bit of a chat with him, hopefully at the conclusion of this game. We're just going to hold out to see whether Andres can pull this back here. He just looks in a bit of trouble there. I think David is now threatening 5 in a row with... David takes that. I believe David's just won this game to go 1-0 up.
Yeah.
So Martin has, Andres has 1 minute 45 seconds versus 3 minutes 20 seconds
for the
second game. Yeah.
Goodness.
This is 1-0 to David. If David wins 2-0, he will tie for second place.
Yes.
We'll see what the tie breaks hold. But yeah. We're going to stay with you for the conclusion of this match because it is quite intriguing. This is for medal positions.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best game we've seen all day, I think.
Yes, silver and bronze.
And the weirdest thing is that Andres lost playing black as well.
Yeah.
So he had black and ended up losing. So finishing tied for second, if Andres does end up losing this 2-0, if he finishes tied for second, it affects his Pentamind standing positions. He gets an average
of 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, so he takes a few points off him. Obviously, he's going to score quite well because he's joined second in the event.
It is not the same 90 points as 94.
Yeah, it is different. It might swing it at the end, and we'll come back to see maybe at the end of the week whether it actually.
I think that Martin can be really happy with 98 or something like that points.
Yeah, he's done very well today.
Yeah.
And we're not just saying that because he's in the room. The chances are actually that Andres is going to lose by time here. He's got 48 seconds left. As you can see, this is the last game in the room to finish. They're both deep in concentration, as you can see there. but with so little time left and playing white, so he's on the back foot. He hasn't even got 2 in a row anywhere. He's going to struggle to pull it out. He's going to struggle to get a win here, I think. So he's threatening 2 captures.
Yes.
There's definitely 2 captures he can take. But I'm not sure it's going to matter with that little time left. He's not got 2 in a row yet.
Yeah.
He's got 36 seconds to put 4 more down in a row.
I think there's 3 in a row.
For white.
So just defensive situation, just defending,
so,
defending,
yeah.
defending.
He's
With
got
so little time.
So little time left. He's got a few captures he can make. He hasn't chosen to do any. He's put himself in a position where none of his white pieces can be taken. So Davey's going to find it very hard to get 5 in a row.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Martin will nod if I'm right here. But if they run out of time, Andres loses the game. That is correct. It says Martin. Thank you, Martin.
Maybe we are going to see some stress on playing the clock now, because David is thinking too much.
He did have a 3-minute lead, didn't he, at one point?
And now only 1 minute lead, and maybe, yes. Andres, just play fast. Don't worry. You are not going to win. You just have to defend the situation.
But if he's not going to win, he's going to lose on time, isn't he?
No. I mean, the only way is to win on time.
Okay. I just played really fast.
Winning time.
That would be amazing if that happened. I think he's conceded. I think that is James winning 2-0. I think I just realised he was not going to get out of that. We'll see in a sec. Anyway, I'm going to pass the headset over to Martin if you'd like to have a brief chat with Martin. Or do you want me to have a chat with Martin?
Yeah, sure.
I'll have a chat with Martin then. Martin, would you like to come and join us? Thank you very much. Hi, welcome back. We're just here with the champion of the Boku. It's Martin Hõbemägi, have I said that right? Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a very good performance. We were watching your games, but you invariably shifted over to the other game because that seemed a lot closer most of the time, so well done.
Yeah, I was quite lucky at first, and I managed to draw with Andres, so I was quite relaxed in the end because I didn't have really strong opponents left because I played them first. And yeah, in the end it was actually quite convincing for me.
Congratulations. So you played people like David Pearce early on, did you, before Andres? So apart from Andres then, who gave you the toughest game? So Andres, you tied, you both won as black, didn't you? You got a 1-1.
I think David was definitely the third one because he made some moves that I haven't seen before and they were quite strong, but I managed to find a good way for me to play, and I got a strong position, and in the end I managed to win.
Congratulations. When you said tough moves, you mean like openings you hadn't seen, or just?
No, like there are like some moves that are usually the same, and after the I think it was 11th move, he made something like new, but I haven't seen before.
Okay, do you think he did that just because it was you, or because it's something he's been trying out?
I think it's something he has analyzed and maybe maybe he tried to surprise me. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it seemed to work, but you came through. Well done, congratulations. We were noticing as we were playing there was a lot of juniors in the field.
Yeah.
A lot of juniors from, there was an Estonian junior called Markus, I believe, and he did very well. He took a game off Andres near the end, and there was a few other juniors from the Korean juniors as well. Were you impressed by their level of play?
Yeah, they were playing actually quite nicely. I was lucky that I didn't find that hard position as Andres did against Markus. So yeah, they definitely played quite well.
That's congratulations. Yeah. So we're looking at the overall Pentamind standings. Do you know where you're currently stood?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I was leading before the Boku. So
yeah, last time we saw you leading, and obviously this score, 15 out of 16 points,
yes.
You're going to be first. You're going to be, I imagine it's very hard for anyone to get a better score than you today in a different event maybe.
Yeah.
So you're going to be up there. I think you and, I can't remember the name of the other man, but there's two of you far ahead of the rest of them, so you're doing very well. What's the best you've ever done in the Pentamind?
I think I have been twice fourth, and both times I also did really well at start, but in the end I didn't find enough points for improving my scores, so I have been here actually.
You've been leading before and faded away. So Boku is clearly an event you're very strong at. Of the ones to come, which is going to be the one you're most looking forward to?
Maybe lines of action. I think maybe I have improved there, and maybe Superfoot tomorrow.
Okay, so lines of action is on Friday, isn't it? I believe
Yes,
Paco's going to be commenting on that. So looking forward to that there. Which event do you think you've improved the most over the last year or two?
I think it's the lines of action, because maybe also Catan, where I got third place because I had played it a lot lately. Yeah.
Okay. Are you more into your abstracts rather than your Euro games then?
I think I'm better at abstracts, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a very, very good performance today. Hopefully, we're going to get to see the standings before you leave us. If we're going to get those on screen for you, just for standings of this event, so we can see what happens. So there you are, leading on 15 points. Andres and David took a draw in the last game. Okay. I guess they were even on time and they took a draw. So Andres is second on 12.5, which is lucky there. I think if he lost to David Pearce, it would have been a three-way tie, and who knows what happened. Yes. Markus, a very, very good performance from Markus. He took a game off Andres. You played him, and he said he did very, decently. I think so. Well done to Markus. That will help him trying to get in the Pentamind for the Junior Award. And David Pearce just missing out there, playing the top three on the way. So well done to David too. Before we go, we're just going to have a look at the Pentamind results. Obviously, Martin, you were leading. We're going to see if that lead has stayed the same or even increased over there. So we're going to switch over to that now if we can. And there you are. You see, that hasn't changed, I don't believe. I don't think the new score. Yeah. So obviously, that is the scores that were on. So Martin with a 90-something score to come from Boku. That is great to go with your Settlers of Catan. What's that second event? GKOK OC?
The first is Settlers, and the second is Komoko. I played in the morning and I won it. So yeah.
Congratulations! Yeah, that's an excellent result. So obviously, those three scores in the 90s will help you, and I imagine you'll be close to being an overnight leader. So well done. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We wish you the best of luck for the rest of it. Hopefully, we might have time for an interview, maybe in a bit more detail sometime later in the week. But thanks.
Thanks.
Cheers. I've been Steve. Paco has left us, but he's still in the room. So thank you, Paco. Thank you to myself and Paco and Martin for joining us today. And that has been Boku at the World Mind Sports Olympiad 2018 here in London. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Hi viewers, let's talk about Pandora's easiest way to invest, the Go and Grow. Go and Grow is an incredibly simple and automated service that allows you to earn 6.75% per annum and take your cash out at any time. Here are some benefits. It has a yield of 6.75, helping you to plan for the future. You can access your cash without any excessive withdrawal penalties. You also get a diversified portfolio of investments supported by advanced and reliable technology. And you only pay tax when you make a withdrawal over your capital amount invested. That's not all, there's more. You can share access with the people you trust to invest together for a shared goal like an upcoming world trip or a wedding. And if you are already a Pandora investor, you can transfer your existing Pandora investment portfolio to Go and Grow with just a few clicks. Check for more info in the description box below and visit us on Facebook at Pandora Capital. Start today and make your dreams a reality with Go and Grow.